Inserted his index finger forcefully into my anus. Used.
Diggity, diggity, down with all these corporations.
They burn up the land for the greed that they run. Freaking bug did that, dude.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Hello.
Hi,
This is EJ Rilla. And I'm EJ.
I'm Rilla.
And we are excited to bring you another Ren chapter. Boop.
We're bringing that Renergy back.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, if you've been following this journey with us, obviously, chapter 1, 2, 3, check them out if you haven't already, which I would because it makes sense.
It kind of makes sense.
But before we get started, we were having a discussion. This shirt he's wearing, we looked it up. It's a high school in Arizona, right?
That's what we saw.
Yeah, it's Google told us.
But it could be
Google
something
doesn't lie.
from-
Google does not lie. So we know somebody out there knows, where did he get this shirt? Why is he wearing an Arizona high school shirt and
Also-
lives in Britain?
Yeah, I was going to say, is it
Yeah.
from London or something?
Please
Coolidge?
help us.
Comment below. But
Anyway, let's get into it.
let's dive into chapter 4.
Here we go.
All the other ones are in the description as well.
Yee.
Let's do it.
Oh,
He does the claps. Told you.
During the year I spent living back with my mum, I was leaning even more heavily into scouring the internet for answers. It became like an obsession. Most people my age were watching porn. I was on PubMed learning about mitochondria. I educated myself in things like methylation, the building blocks of mitochondria, various immune cells and their functionality, and which supplements could help theoretically bring about homeostasis in my body. I taught myself of the various pathogens that could lead to the symptoms I was experiencing. Around this time, I started ordering medical test kits from private medical facilities.
COVID.
I had a eureka moment when, after posting some poop in a tube to a lab in London, I discovered I had an amoeba.
Did you know they do that? Did you know you have to poop in a tube sometimes and send it to the doctor?
yeah. They need a fecal sample. It's a thing, dude.
That's so uncomfortable.
It is, but like, it's reality.
I'm glad I haven't had to do that yet.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
And another more benign gastrointestinal parasite called blastohominis. Both could plausibly lead to systemic pain and fatigue. Upon researching the best course of action, I found this doctor in New York who was a world-renowned specialist in treating parasites. Return flights to New York booked far enough in advance were a couple of £100 back then. The treatment itself was pretty cheap. I was in no way in a strong financial position, and neither was my family, so I did what I always do when I needed to get money. I wrote and recorded some songs from my laptop from bed. One about getting to New York to find a cure. I sold a modest amount of digital copies to my Facebook friends and my friends and family, just enough to afford a trip. During this time, my symptoms had gotten a lot worse, so the entire visit was a bit of a blur. I remember sitting in a waiting room and struggling to find an inch of wall space that wasn't taken up by the countless medical qualifications and the diplomas attached to it. I half expected the walls to start bragging about their Ivy League connections and debating the latest medical research while us mere mortals waited to be called in. When I was finally on the doctor's table, I was told to take off my clothes and put on a blue disposable paper robe.
Yep.
An old man in his 80s hobbled in, pulled on a medical glove, and proceeded to cover his finger in Vaseline. My heart sunk. I was pretty sure I knew what was coming next.
Oh, no.
I suddenly wished I'd experimented more with my ex-girlfriend. I didn't want to lose my backdoor virginity like this. He could have at least done me the courtesy of putting on some Marvin Gaye and lighting some candles. But instead I lay in uncomfortable silence on a brightly exposed operating table.
I dig it, bro.
While a firm-handed, overqualified old man inserted his index finger forcefully into my anus. He never wrote to me afterwards. I felt used.
Okay, Ren. Okay, Ren. You want to talk about turning a bad situation into just something funny?
What just happened?
I guess Ren just lost his anal virginity.
All right.
18 plus. Ren
I
after
thought
dark.
that was like the end. He's like, that's it.
I was like, yeah.
That's chapter
2
4.
minutes.
We're done.
2 minutes.
Oh my
I
God.
felt used.
Felt used.
About youth.
Oh my.
Nonetheless, I was officially diagnosed with the parasitic amoeba and given a course of heavy-duty antibiotics to take.
What?
I believe it was paramomycin and secnidazole. After the course was finished, I pooped into a tube again, and they confirmed I got rid of the parasites. The constant internal techno raves and gurgling which usually plagued my stomach ceased, but I felt just as crap. And on top of all of that, I started becoming allergic to everything.
Oh, that sucks.
And I mean fucking everything. The antibiotics had triggered some sort of massive food intolerance reaction.
Oh, man.
Whenever I'd eat certain foods, I'd get hit with a sudden hangover-like feeling, and my face would swell up. I'd later learned this was something called MCAS, and it was triggered by the antibiotics. This was the first time I felt the crushing defeat of pinning a lot of money, hopes, and time into a treatment, only for it to make me worse. I'd felt it to a small degree with every failed herbal protocol, every antidepressant that gave me side effects, but this was on a much larger scale. I almost felt guilty and full of shame for not getting better. I told my friends and family that this was going to be the thing that cured me. Not only did it fail, but I was now unable to tolerate basic carbohydrates, fruits, sugar,
It was worse.
high histamine food, dairy, grains, without feeling terrible.
And now you know how it feels like.
So, he had a parasite?
Yeah. Remember the last episode he was talking about his like mitochondria or something being like split and parasites were eating at it? Well, they figured it out. It was a parasite and they tried to heal it, and shocker, it didn't work again.
I wonder if he ever finds out where he got the parasites from.
A flea.
It was a tick.
Or a tick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, yeah.
That was literally what started everything.
Yeah, he got bit by a tick.
That's so wild, dude.
And
A
it like
tiny little
it
thing.
changed the chemical download of his body.
Ticks are,
That's nuts.
yeah.
A freaking bug did that, dude.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I know. It's like, oh, fly, get away from me.
Hell no.
Dude.
I felt pretty crushed about that. Despite this, some tenacious part of me had a perseverance that didn't want to stop looking for answers. I was obsessed with trawling the internet.
Me
I
too,
strongly
man.
believe if I didn't have that tenacity to keep looking after every defeat, I'd probably be dead today.
I'd be
WebMD.
all over Reddit. Yeah.
After
WebMD,
about a year
yeah.
of living with my mum in North Wales, I got the itch, and I decided that I'd make a bold move to Brighton.
Right.
Most days I didn't really have the energy to do much other than short walks, but I had a friend over there who lived with Emmy for
is that?
years.
What is that?
I think is that kind of like their version of like the Space Needle?
Is that like what I was looking at in the other video? We said, I was like, oh, is that the Space Needle?
It-
Is that what it was?
It has to be. Is an elevator? It's just like the needle. Elevator up
It's like weird.
to like a walkout bubble.
It's like a UFO or something.
Why does it go even more?
I know. It's like, secret.
There's definitely nukes in there, dude.
Who lived with Emmy for
100%.
years. It felt like a safe space, a place of understanding. Being a 23-year-old living with his mother didn't feel very cool either.
Yeah.
He had a
been
free
there.
room going,
Same.
and he was
It's
a
all right.
legend. I desperately craved
Yeah.
my own independence. After going through the heartbreak of losing love and losing the exciting career opportunity, I needed to feel like I wasn't just sitting in the tomb in Wales waiting for death, even if it was a struggle.
Pause that real quick. ADHD moment. I think I moved out when I was 22. I did. Moved out when I was 22. I don't experience at 23. I moved out when I was 22. I'm over here to like, I got to solve that answer. Go on.
You're such a young man.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm
Death.
here, dude.
Even if it was a struggle.
I'm 29 now,
Squirrel.
so. 29 now.
I'm 31.
Mm.
Well, 30.
I made the
technically.
move.
We're so old.
It was a
I
really
know.
nurturing space, and it was full of the lunatics of Brighton who would come and go. I was still living in a thick haze, but I was meeting people who weren't judging me for it. With this safety, I was slowly finding my personality again. Despite the comfortable environment, it seemed my symptoms were only getting worse. I started having pretty constant panic attacks. The first one felt like a heart attack. I'd never experienced a panic attack before, so I wasn't familiar with the symptoms. My whole face went numb, and my heart felt like it was about to beat out of my rib cage. I panicked and I phoned an ambulance. They put me in the back, they took all my vitals, and they told me I wasn't dying. I felt disappointed. These attacks would happen
jeez.
pretty habitually every week or so. My symptoms of derealization seemed ever increasing. Derealization is hard to describe to someone who's never experienced it. The closest thing I can come to is feeling like you're on bad drugs. You feel disconnected from yourself, like your soul has been vacuumed out of your body, and nothing around you quite feels real. Everything has an unusual undertone, and nothing feels safe. I remember one night in the first year that I lived with Ben, there was this lightning storm
Ben.
with torrential rain. I went outside and I stood in a t-shirt hoping I'd be hit by a bolt of lightning and it would somehow shock me out of it. Unfortunately, I wasn't on Zeus's hit list that day. This urge to be shocked back into reality didn't really leave me. I remember one day I was walking back from the shops. I found an old analog television in an alleyway that was being thrown out. I can't quite remember the thought process that led me there. I just remember feeling angry, and I decided to smash the fucking pieces out of the TV in the alley.
Damn.
I picked it above my head and I hurled it towards the ground. The screen cracked, but it didn't shatter like I hoped it would. I did it again and again and again until there were large shards of glass lining the street. I saw one about the size of a kitchen knife and I picked it up. It's hard to rationally explain self-harm that's not a cry for help, because this wasn't a cry for help. I'd cried for help multiple times and no one listened. The pain I felt inside my body could never be done justice with words. There's a certain horror, a certain frustration of living in a body that would never give me a moment of peace. I felt constantly alienated. I had no doctors to tell me what was going on. They made me feel like a hypochondriac. There are no combination of words in the English language that can express that pain, that can express that frustration. There's no song I could write that would make you understand. In that moment, the closest and truest way I had of communicating my pain was driving a shard of glass into my chest and dragging it across until the blood was dripping down my body. It didn't hurt very much compared to what was already going on inside of me, and it didn't really help me feel better either, but it was truth, and there was beauty in that. Adrenaline gives you a brief moment of respite, but it wasn't long until I was exactly where I started, just decorated in a little bit more blood than usual. I made sure nobody saw. I didn't want to cause any alarm. I didn't want anyone to be worried. So I cleaned it up when I got home, and then I resumed the life of the undead.
Oh,
in the next episode, I'll tell you the story of when I was stabbed by an ancient sword, and when I met one of the most talented people that I know.
Oh, wait. I forgot. We knew that doctor thing was coming because he warned us
in
at
the
the end
last
of 3.
It's just,
yeah.
you know, it's been a week or something.
Yeah.
So,
Seeing that, I was like, oh, wait, we knew that was.
Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of cool that he tells us a little bit about the next one.
Yeah.
It's like a little teaser like the film, studies do. So this is the song we got going on.
Do you know what it's called?
No clue.
All right. Well,
one of the most talented people that I know.
I don't think we've heard it, though.
Okay.
I mean, we haven't seen this before, whatever this is.
Yeah, we definitely never heard this.
No. I would recognize that immediately.
Yeah, same.
I got tears on my sleeves. Hold on.
Yeah, we would remember this.
Yeah.
Hold on. I haven't slept in weeks. Hold on. I haven't found no peace. Hold on. I get my teeth tied. Hold on. And these tears run dry. Hold on. 2 bloodshot eyes. Hold on. 2 bloodshot eyes. I don't belong here in a place where life has left me. I'm 25 going on 150. Whoa. My body feels old and I'm trying to lift the weight from my soul, but it's moving against me. I've emptied out my tear ducts. I lift my middle finger up. I'm screaming fuck you to all the demons here that keep me stuck. The pain is sharp like paper cuts. I hate them much, but yes I trust. I must combust. I must blow up. I must have roll this courage up. Boom. Sparks fill the room. Boom. I'm feeling the rhythm I move. My soul is more worn than the soles in my shoes. Nike trainer blue.
This must be one of his earlier albums.
Like lying in bed. You think it's one of the songs he wrote when he was lying in bed?
Yeah, because I mean, it's just I don't know if this is like
because there's no video.
There's no lyrics, no video. So this might be one of his old ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoy this. It's
good.
just a different vibe. Ren always gives us a different vibe.
Every time.
This is more laid back.
Every time.
I'm feeling the rhythm I move. My soul is more worn than the soles in my shoes. Nike trainer blues. A man with none to lose. I think I lost my sanity, calamity in shoes. Poor choice maker. I rip out the pages of fate, then I roll them up like bizzle of paper. Taker, lung full of destiny. A man with no part is a very strange entity. Tears on my sleeves.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Lung with the destiny and the man with the path. What was it? He's no entity or something.
It says, yeah. Destiny?
Let's back up a little bit. That was a really good line.
With none to lose, I think I lost my sanity, calamity in shoes. Poor choice maker, I rip out the pages of fate, then I roll them up like bizzle of paper. Taker, lung full of destiny, a man with no part is a very strange entity.
Man with no path is a very strange entity.
Ooh. What is the name of this song?
We'll look it up after.
I'm about to be bumping this one.
Yeah.
Tears on my sleeves, hold on.
Oh.
In these jeans,
maybe Hold On.
This is good, man.
Hold on, and these tears run dry. Hold on, two bloodshot eyes. Hold on, two bloodshot eyes. Do you ever question your fate? The questions I make, is this all predetermined, the script or a play? Am I the protagonist in this tragedy, or will I be the author of stories unmade? If so, I'll dip in my quill to my ink pot, keep on writing, never stop.
This is a SoundCloud song.
Hold on.
This is Ren SoundCloud. Hold On. So this is got to be one of his older ones. But yeah, I didn't even know.
Yes.
I didn't even know Ren had a SoundCloud. So that's exciting. But yeah, let's continue to Hold On.
Instant Spotify on that one.
Heart it flops. I'll write a whole different story. Scene one, a boy full of hope, a boy full of glory. Who stutters, I'm up to the top. Would rather be tougher and live it smoothly like butter, but not so bitter and cut up. And so I sit up and shut up. It's like I lit up and struck up the courage, never to fuck up. And now I'm feeling the ruckus, feeling the static, and now I'm feeling the flames, and now I'm feeling the strength inside the ring with my pain. My boxing gloves and my hope that I trust to bust an uppercut, got my demons up. Boom like a tsunami, smooth like a punani, bend the birds.
Oh, you got the lyrics there?
Yeah.
What?
Because it was on Spotify, and I thought,
wait,
Spotify
hold
has
up.
the lyrics.
Spotify gives you lyrics?
Oh, buddy. I know you don't like being called buddy, but you deserved it in that moment.
I don't.
You click into the song, my guy, and it's just right there.
Oh.
And then actually, as you play
God.
it highlights it. Guys, come on.
Okay.
You're gonna get roasted.
I don't give a shanty's backside. Okay.
No. Well, after this, we'll check out the lyrics. We definitely gotta like.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
I'll be back.
Has he even taken a breath?
He's taking a couple, but he does such a good job of like incorporating it. You don't even tell.
Wow.
I only know it because Harry Mack does that a lot.
Does he? Yeah.
Where he's just like,
yeah.
It's like it sounds like another word.
A whole new designing. With all this fire, we burn like the sun. A new dawn is rising, a new dawn it comes. Yeah, diggity down with all this corporation. They burn up the land for the greed that they run. Run deep with their roots, but their roots can be lifted. I'll be your renegade, yes, I'll make a fist kid. Try to see truth in the kingdom of lies. A boy so lost with two bloodshot eyes. Tears on my sleeves, hold on. And holes in these jeans, hold on. I haven't slept in weeks, hold on. I haven't found no peace, hold on. I get my teeth tied, hold on. And these tears run dry, hold on. Two bloodshot eyes, hold on. Two bloodshot eyes.
Dude.
Dang. Okay, we're gonna dive into the lyrics after this. Wow.
Two bloodshot eyes.
Such a strange beat.
Two bloodshot eyes.
This song, fire.
Diggity down with all this corporation.
They burn up the land for the greed that they run. Runs deep with the roots, but the roots can be lifted.
I'll be a renegade.
Hey, see,
okay.
Huh? Everything has an origin story. All right.
We have to look at the lyrics on this.
Oh my
because
goodness.
obviously that video didn't have any.
2020. We dropped
2020.
demos. Yeah, do not share.
Do not share.
Okay.
Except he just shared. But
Yeah, it's all right.
okay. So yeah, obviously that's the chorus. Tears on the sleeves, hold on. Two bloodshot
It
eyes.
just starts with it.
Ooh, yeah, he just goes right in. And I want you to give me some analysis of what you're seeing since you're a lyric guy. So we got, let's see, life has left me 25 going on 150, so his body's aging maybe. Yep, my body feels old. Lift the weight from my soul, but it's moving against me. I'm emptying out my tear ducts. I lift my middle finger up. I'm screaming F you to all the demons. Keep me stuck. Pain is sharp. Paper cuts. Hate them much, but yes, I trust. I must combust. I must blow up and muster all this courage up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an angry anthem.
Yeah.
This is like his cry for help.
He's angry at his...
He's angry at everything, and he's just calling everything out. He's calling out the unfairness. He's calling out just the awfulness. But like, it's the beat that makes this song what it is.
Yeah, well, and
because it's like
it didn't feel like
fast,
an anger,
deep, sad beat.
Yeah,
and like he fit the lyrics with that beat perfectly. That was incredible. I mean, yeah, he's very sad. He's very angry. I mean, he's just like, he probably feels slated, dude.
Yeah, this is the line that.
Like, yeah.
Scars slung full of destiny, a man with no path is a very strange entity.
Oh man, you guys ever seen Disney's Soul?
Yes.
It reminds me of like
you told me to watch that, so I watched it.
Oh,
it was because of you.
Thank you. Did you like it?
The psychology, man.
It's insane.
It was very different, but it was good.
It hit me when Alyssa and I watched that for the first time. We cried. Yeah. And then we restarted it, watched it again. But no, that reminds me of that. Like with no path, it's a very strange entity. Like when they're in that nether dark space and they're like walking around,
and
like
they're like, what do I do?
Zombies.
Kind of like NF, The Search.
Yeah, because they lost their way and they're lost souls. Lost souls. That's what it was.
Yeah, lost souls.
Dude,
cool.
I think this may. Oh, dude, this is instantly in the top 3 for me.
It was a long song.
Oh my god, he just went off.
I didn't realize how many lyrics there were.
Dude, go to the diggity. With all this fire we burn, like the sun, a new dawn is rising, a new dawn had come. Yeah, diggity down with all these corporations. I love that.
They burn up
diggity,
the land
diggity
the
down.
They run. Runs deep with the roots, but the roots can be lifted. I'll be a renegade. Yes, I'll make a fist kid. Tried to seek truth in the kingdom of lies. A boy so lost with 2 bloodshot eyes.
Oh man.
Oh. Wow.
Dude.
Lyricism.
Whew.
Ugh. Okay.
All right.
Well, that was
heavy.
That was Ren chapter 4.
4.
Not as heavy as the other.
No. Funny.
Yeah, that was actually kind of comedic, which it's like sad to say that was comedic, but the way he wrote it, the way he portrayed it, But awesome.
No, yeah.
Thank you all for being here.
Chapter 5.
4?
No, chapter 5. It's coming next.
Oh, chapter 5's coming next.
Yeah, no, we're on chapter 4.
I was like, wait.
But
hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, and we will see you in the next video for another Ren. Goodbye.